Okay, for your second project, and this is really extra credit, but if you've gotten finished with the first project that we did with Van Gogh and the Starry Night and Tracing the Moon, then we're going to do a second project that's very similar, but you're going to get to choose the artwork. So I would like you to go to Safari, and we're going to do a search for Van Gogh paintings. And I'm going to scroll down there and find a painting that I like. And it just so happens that I like this one, and I've already dragged it to my desktop. But remember the process. You're going to click on it, view image, and then slide it over. And then I'm also going to do a picture search. And you may not know at this point what you even want to search for, so you may have to do this later. But I know that looking at that picture, I want, and I'm going to go to that picture. It's right here. I want to trace the clouds. I want to bring the clouds into a different color. So I'm going to search for clouds. And I happen to know that I want to search for orange clouds. And again, I already have the picture out here, but I just want to show you that I found it right here. And then I'm going to view image. And then I would drag it out to the desktop. So I have the two pictures I need, so I no longer need Safari, so I'm going to go ahead and quit Safari. You will need two pictures, one Van Gogh painting and one image that you're going to use to fill. We're going to fill with an image this time. We're not going to, or we're going to use the mask. So no color on it, we're going to use a mask. So then I'm going to open up a new Pages. I've already connected to the server. I'm going to put these two pictures in my server folder, in my art folder, so I'll drag those over. And once I put them in, then I don't need them anymore, so I'm going to put those in the trash. And then I want to open up a Pages, and I know that because of the painting I chose is landscape orientation, that's the page layout that I will need as well. So as soon as Pages loads, well, it happened to already load up to one. I'm going to close that window so you see what I mean. I need a new Pages. I'm going to choose the blank canvas because my painting is landscape. Now if you pick a vertical painting, you would choose this one, but again, it's under the page layout blank. I want to put my picture on here, and again, just like always, I want to be able to see my whole canvas, so I'm going to shrink it down to 100%. I want to save this before I do anything else. So I'm going to save to my art folder. So I'm going to ODM, to my folder, to my art folder. And again, I want to put in my class hour, my last name, my first initial, and then again, this is just Artist Practice 2. It's my second artist. We're going to use Van Gogh again, so it's just my second artist practice. And hit save. Then I want to go and find that painting that I just found of Van Gogh. And it's right here. That's the painting I like, so I'm going to drag it over and make it my background now. So I want to make it large just like we did the Starry Night. I want to fill my canvas. And then I know I want to trace my clouds. Remember in Starry Night we traced the moon. You have to decide based on the painting that you pick what you would like to enhance or change or colorize. So go ahead and decide after you've picked your painting what it is that you might want to trace. And then using the tracing tool, I'm going to begin tracing. Okay, I went ahead and finished my tracing offline so you didn't have to sit there and watch me go all around my shape, but you can see that I have a solid shape. It's one continuous line. I started here and went all the way around those clouds, and it's laying over my clouds, and now I want to fill it. And I told you before that I would like you to try and find an image that you can fill with this time. I could fill with color gradient or advanced gradient. And it might be that you actually will need to use one of those choices, but I would like you to try an image fill, and here's why. I'm going to go ahead and go to my folder, and find that picture of those orange clouds. I believe it's right there. And I'm going to drag and drop that, and right there my clouds turn blue, so even though it doesn't look like I'm in it, it tells me, my computer tells me, because that line was blue right there, that it's going to put the picture in those clouds. When we close the window, and right now that's very overwhelming and very orange, and it's not at all what I had in mind. But I think that when you see the finished product, you're going to understand why I like the idea of using an image fill. I'm going to go ahead and click on that mask, and I want to edit it. So I'm going to slide my little slider down. And notice that now I can see more of those orange clouds. Now I like these colors, but I'm going to now move my picture within the picture so I get more of the orange cloud look here. No blue sky. Maybe go a little bit more. Okay, I think that's what I like. Now again, when I click away, it's still really dark when Van Gogh has used pastels. So this is what I want to do. Remember in the Starry Night when we use the opacity to turn the background lighter? In this instance, I want this picture to become somewhat opaque so that Van Gogh's paint strokes are still behind it. So I'm going to go to the inspector tool, and I have my shape selected. I see my handles. I'm going to change the opacity, and I'm just going to slide it. And notice what happens. Now I can actually see the paint strokes of Van Gogh behind it, but my clouds have a pink cast to them. And I think I like that. And if I wanted to go further, I could probably outline some more clouds and fill those as well. But now I've altered it. It's a little more my painting, but I'm still using Van Gogh's artwork, okay? But again, it's a shape that I've filled with a picture, and then I've just changed the opacity. And now the last two things we're going to do are something that we've already done before. We're going to add a text box. I want to put his last name in it. Again, I want to highlight it and make it larger. I know this time I don't need it to be near as big as before. I want to change my font style to something that I like that's a little classier. And then move it and see, whoops, I just moved my background. It might be a good reason to lock my background now. I'm going to click on it, move Van Gogh someplace, and then I want to put his picture on. And again, I want to fill it into a shape, and this time I want to use the circle, but I want to make it an oval. Make it a little. And then I'm going to go back to my folder. I want to use the mask. I don't want to use the image fill, so I'm going to go back to my art folder, and I'm going to find my Van Gogh picture right down here at the bottom, and I'm going to drop it in. My circle turned blue, so now I know that he'll go inside. Remember, he's quite large, so I'm on my beard. If I double click, I can now edit that mask and make it real small, and now he fits inside my oval. And then if I wanted to put a frame on that, again, I could select it, use my inspector tool, go to my stroke tool, line, maybe use a funny looking line and change the color to match my color scheme of my painting. And again, I might want to change the color of my text again, and those are all things that are up to you. And this time I want to pick a shade of green that I don't see there, so I'm going to go up and get in my greens. And then I'm done. Again, you want to go to File, Save a Version. It's updating everything that I've done. I want to quit pages. I'll hit OK, and that completes this lesson.